The bass reverberates through Club Eclipse in Gangnam, Seoul's most exclusive after-hours sanctuary where Korea's elite come to shed their daytime masks. Red and purple lights pulse across the stage, cutting through the darkness like searchlights hunting for secrets. And there, in the center of it all, is Jade Bennett. Her rich, dark skin gleams under the spotlights as she commands the chrome pole with a grace that defies physics. Every muscle ripples with controlled power as she spirals upward, her body moving like liquid fire. The crowd watches, mesmerized. Businessmen loosening their ties, celebrities forgetting to check their phones, politicians abandoning their carefully constructed masks. Everyone is frozen by her artistry. But tonight, there's a new presence in the highest VIP section. Kang Jae-won sits in the shadows of the booth like a king surveying his kingdom. At 32, he's devastatingly handsome in the way dangerous things often are. Sharp jawline, calculating eyes that miss nothing, and an aura of power that makes people instinctively step back. His tailored suit probably costs more than most people make in a year, and the men surrounding him carry themselves with the quiet confidence of those who've done violence and will do it again. Tonight is his coronation night. Just hours ago, he was crowned head of the Kang family, one of Seoul's 3 major crime syndicates. He orchestrated a masterful consolidation of power, eliminating rivals and absorbing their territories with surgical precision. He should be celebrating, drinking, reveling in his victory, but his eyes haven't left the stage since Jade began her performance. As she descends the pole in a controlled slide that seems to defy gravity, her gaze sweeps across the crowd. For one heartbeat, one impossible, electric heartbeat, her eyes lock with Jae-won's. Something passes between them, something dangerous, something inevitable. His jaw tightens. His fingers grip his whiskey glass until his knuckles turn white. Around him, his men exchange glances, recognizing the signs. Their new boss is captivated. "Hyungnim?" His right-hand man, Park, leans in. His voice respectful but curious. "Should I bring her to you?" Jae-won doesn't answer immediately. He can't. For the first time in his violent, calculated life, he's completely transfixed. He watches Jade finish her routine with a final, gravity-defying spin that leaves the crowd erupting in applause. As she disappears backstage, Jae-won realizes he's been holding his breath. "Yes," he says finally, his voice low and controlled. "Bring her to me." Park nods and rises, signaling to 2 other men. They move through the crowd with practiced ease, and Jae-won settles back in his seat, already anticipating the conversation to come. He's used to getting what he wants. Tonight will be no different. Backstage, the energy is completely different from the polished performance space. The dressing room is cramped, cluttered with costumes and makeup, smelling of hairspray and the sharp tang of sweat. Jade wipes her face with a towel, her heart still racing from the performance high. She catches her reflection in the mirror, her dark skin still glistening, her hair pulled back, her eyes bright with adrenaline. And there, catching the fluorescent light, is her engagement ring. A smile crosses her face. Simple, elegant, perfect. 3 more months until the wedding. 3 more months until she marries the love of her life. She's so lost in thought that she doesn't notice the 3 men in expensive suits entering the dressing room area until they're blocking her path to the exit. Jade turns, and her smile falters. These aren't club security. These aren't regular patrons. There's something about the way they carry themselves. Controlled violence wrapped in tailored fabric. The leader, Park, steps forward with a smile that doesn't reach his eyes. "Miss Bennett, my employer was very impressed with your performance tonight." "Thank you," Jade says carefully, instinctively taking a step back. "That's very kind." He would like to request a private performance. Park places an envelope on her dressing table with deliberate care. Through the transparent window, Jade can see the cash inside. Thick stacks of bills that make her breath catch. More than she makes in 3 months. Maybe more. For a moment, she stares at it, That money could solve so many problems. The visa complications, the wedding expenses, the security deposit on a better apartment. But then her hand moves unconsciously to her engagement ring, and she remembers who she is, what she stands for. "I'm flattered," Jade says, meeting Park's eyes directly. "But I don't do private dances. I'm engaged to someone who works here." The temperature in the room seems to drop several degrees. Park's smile remains fixed, but something shifts in his posture. "Perhaps you didn't see the amount. I saw it." Jade's voice is polite but firm, her South African accent becoming more pronounced with stress. "My answer won't change. Tell your boss that some things aren't for sale." The other two men shift closer, a subtle intimidation tactic. Park's expression hardens. "Miss Bennett, I don't think you understand who—" "I understand perfectly." Jade's voice gains an edge. "I said no. Please leave." Park's hand moves toward her arm, and Jade tenses, preparing to scream if necessary. "The lady said no." A quiet voice cuts through the tension like a knife through silk. Min steps between Jade and Park's men with a grace that belies the steel in his voice. At 32, he's lean and elegant, with the kind of gentle features that make people underestimate him. He works as a contemporary dancer and choreographer at Club Eclipse, known for his thoughtful pieces and his devotion to Jade. To everyone here, he's just Min. Kind, artistic, perhaps a bit too gentle for the rough edges of Seoul's nightlife. But the way he positions himself between Jade and three dangerous men, the way he commands space despite being outnumbered, suggests there's more beneath the surface. Park studies him for a long moment, something flickering in his eyes. Recognition? No, not quite, but something familiar in Min's bone structure, the way he holds himself, the absolute lack of fear in his gaze. "Stay out of this," Park warns, his voice low. "She gave you her answer," Min replies, his tone unchanged. "Respect it." For a tense moment, no one moves. The dressing room has become a powder keg, and everyone knows it. Then the club manager rushes in, his face flushed with panic. "Gentlemen, please. There's been a misunderstanding. We have other performers who would be honored." Park's eyes remain locked on Min for another heartbeat. Then he steps back, his expression unreadable. "We'll convey Miss Bennett's decision to our employer." The way he says "decision" makes it sound like a mistake she'll regret. As Park and his men leave, the manager follows them, apologizing profusely, offering complimentary bottles, other dancers, anything to smooth over the situation. The moment they're alone, Jade's carefully maintained composure crumbles. She collapses into Min's arms, her body shaking with adrenaline and fear. "That was terrifying," she whispers against his chest. Min holds her tight, one hand stroking her hair, but his eyes are distant, because while Jade was focused on Park's men, Min was looking past them, through the dressing room door, across the club to the highest VIP booth, and he saw him, older, harder, more dangerous than Min remembered, but unmistakable. Kang Jae-won, his brother. 7 years. 7 years of freedom, of building a new life, of finally finding peace. 7 years of being just Min. A dancer, a choreographer, a man in love planning his wedding. And in one night, his past has walked through the door. He saw the Kang family crest on those men's cufflinks. He knows exactly who sent them. And if Jae-won is here, if he's taken over as head of the family, like Min always knew he would. Min closes his eyes and holds Jade tighter, feeling the engagement ring on his finger, the symbol of every promise he's made to build a future free from violence. The past has found him just when he was about to make those promises permanent. "Min?" Jade pulls back, looking up at him with concern. "You're shaking." He forces a smile, kisses her forehead. "Just adrenaline. Come on, let's get you home." As they gather her things and leave through the back exit, Min doesn't look back at the VIP section, but he can feel his brother's eyes following them. After 7 years of being dead, Kim Min-jae has just been resurrected. And he knows his brother well enough to know that this won't end here. In the VIP booth, Jae-won sits perfectly still as Park approaches. The other men at the table have gone quiet, sensing the shift. In their boss's mood, Park bows slightly. "Hyungnim, I apologize." She refused. The words hang in the air like a death sentence. Around the table, Jae-won's inner circle tries to hide their reactions. No one refuses Kang Jae-won. No one has refused him in years. And certainly not on his coronation night, in front of his entire organization. Jae-won doesn't move, doesn't blink. His face remains an impassive mask, but his knuckles are white around his glass. "She said," Park continues carefully, "that she's engaged, that some things aren't for sale." Below, on the main floor, Jae-won watches Jade leave with that man, Min. He sees them pause by the exit, sees Min kiss her hand where an engagement ring catches the light, sees them laugh together. The intimacy of people who've built something real. She chose that over him. The humiliation burns through Jae-won's chest like acid. On his coronation night, in front of his men, a foreign dancer refused him without hesitation, dismissed his offer like it meant nothing. Like he meant nothing. But worse than the humiliation is something else, something he doesn't have a name for. Because even as rage builds in his chest, even as his pride demands retribution, he can't stop watching her. The way she moves, the way she laughed, the absolute confidence with which she dismissed his offer. No one has ever told him no, and now he can't stop thinking about her. "Hyungnim?" Park's voice is cautious. Jae-won sets down his glass with careful precision. When he speaks, his voice is utterly calm, which makes it more terrifying. Find out everything about her, where she lives, where she's from, her family, her finances, her visa status. He pauses. And especially her fiancé. I want to know who he is, where he came from, everything. Park bows. "Yes, Hyungnim." "And Park?" Jae-won's eyes are still fixed on the exit where Jade disappeared. "Be thorough. I want to know what makes her say yes." As Park leaves to execute the orders, Jae-won's closest advisor, an older man named Director Choi, leans in. "Hyungnim, perhaps it's best to what?" Jae-won's voice is soft, dangerous. "To accept rejection? On tonight of all nights? To choose your battles wisely," Choi says carefully. "She's just a dancer. There are hundreds. There's only one her." Jae-won stands, buttoning his suit jacket with sharp, controlled movements. "And I always get what I want, Director. Always." He walks out of the club with his entourage following like shadows, leaving orders to close their tabs and send gifts to the management. But in his mind, he's already planning. Jade Bennett refused him, humiliated him, chose someone else. And Kang Jae-won doesn't accept defeat. He accepts challenges. "Hey, Seoul stars, are you already hooked?" Jade just refused the most dangerous man in Seoul, and she has no idea what's coming. If you're new here, welcome to the family. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you're the first to know when these mind-blowing stories drop. And tell me, what time is it where you are right now? Drop it in the comments. Let's see how far across the world our Seoul Stars family reaches. 48 hours later, a thick dossier lands on Jae-won's desk. He's in his private office in the Kang family compound, a fortress disguised as an estate in one of Seoul's most exclusive neighborhoods. The room is all dark wood and leather, with floor-to-ceiling windows offering a panoramic view of the city he now controls. Jae-won opens the file and begins reading. Subject, Jade Bennett, age 28, nationality, South African British, dual citizenship. She came to Seoul 3 years ago on a dance scholarship to one of the city's prestigious arts academies. Excelled in her program. After graduation, instead of returning home, she stayed, finding work at Club Eclipse. Clean record, no criminal associations. Pays her taxes. But her work visa is complicated. She's been navigating Seoul's bureaucratic nightmare, trying to extend her stay. Her application is pending, caught in administrative limbo. She sends money home to her mother and younger brother in Cape Town every month. Not much, but consistent. Her finances are tight. She's living paycheck to paycheck, saving what she can. And she's engaged to a man named Min. No last name on record, which is unusual, but not unheard of in Seoul's underground art scene. He works as a contemporary dancer and choreographer at Club Eclipse. No criminal record, no visible family. Wedding registered for April, just 3 months away. Venue already booked at a small cultural center in Hongdae. Jae-won studies the photo of Min that his people managed to capture. Contemporary dancer, lean build, gentle features, nothing threatening, nothing remarkable. Except, Jae-won leans closer, his eyes narrowing. There's something about the man's profile, the bone structure, the way he holds himself even in a candid photo. Something familiar. "Director Choi," Jae-won calls out. The older man enters immediately. "Yes, Hyungnim? This man?" Jae-won taps the photo. "Run his face through our archives, family records, everything." Choi looks at the photo, and his expression shifts. Just slightly, but Jae-won catches it. "What is it?" "Probably nothing, Hyungnim, just... he reminds me of someone." "Who?" Choi hesitates. "Your brother, the one who died 7 years ago." The room goes very still. "Min-jae," Jae-won says softly. The name is bitter on his tongue. "You think this dancer looks like my dead brother?" The resemblance is striking. But Min-jae died in that car accident. The body was badly burned, but the dental records... Check it anyway. Jae-won's voice is sharp. "I want facial recognition analysis, bone structure comparison, everything." As Choi leaves to execute the orders, Jae-won stares at the photo of Min. If there's even a chance, no, Min-jae is dead. Has been for 7 years. Jae-won went to the funeral, watched them lower the casket, listened to his father rage about weakness and disappointment, but the resemblance is striking. Jae-won closes the file and stands, walking to the window. Below, Seoul spreads out like a kingdom, his kingdom now. But all he can think about is Jade Bennett, her defiance, her loyalty to this man, this possibly familiar stranger who put a cheap ring on her finger. "We'll see how strong that loyalty is," Jae-won murmurs to the empty room. "We'll see what breaks first, your principles or your circumstances." He picks up his phone and makes a call. "Yes, this is Kang Jae-won. I need you to put additional scrutiny on a visa application." Over the next 2 weeks, Kang Jae-won becomes a fixture at Club Eclipse. Always the same VIP booth, always during Jade's performance slots. Never approaching her, never requesting her, just watching. The club staff notice immediately. The manager, Mr. Song, recognizes the Kang family crest and nearly has a heart attack. He gives Jade the best time slots, the best stage setups, makes sure she has everything she needs. "Why am I suddenly getting Friday and Saturday nights?" Jade asks after the schedule change. Mr. Song mops his forehead nervously. "You're our star performer. You deserve prime slots." But Jade feels the weight of Jae-won's gaze every single night. He sits in that booth, barely touching his drinks, barely acknowledging his entourage, just watching her with an intensity that makes her skin crawl. Sometimes she catches his eyes during a spin, and the look in them, possessive, calculating, patient, makes her miss a beat. She starts adapting her performances. Nothing overt, but she keeps more distance from the VIP section. Doesn't make eye contact. Finishes her sets quickly and disappears backstage immediately. "He's still here," her friend Yuki, another performer, whispers in the dressing room. "That scary guy in the VIP booth. He's been here every night for 2 weeks." "I know," Jade mutters, removing her stage makeup with perhaps more force than necessary. "Girl, do you know who that is?" Yuki leans in conspiratorially. "I asked around. That's Kang Jae-won. He just took over the Kang family." The Kang family, Jade. As in organized crime. As in people disappear when they make him angry. Jade's hand freezes. "Are you serious?" "Dead serious. No pun intended." Yuki grabs her shoulders. Whatever you did to attract his attention, undo it, immediately. But Jade doesn't know how. She's just doing her job, living her life, counting down to her wedding. She's done nothing to encourage this attention, which somehow makes it worse. As she leaves the club that night, Min waiting for her by the back exit like always, she doesn't see Jae-won watching from his car across the street, doesn't see him take note of which direction they walk, which subway station they enter. The casual affection between them, Min's arm around her shoulders, her head leaning against him. In the back seat of his luxury car, Jae-won watches them disappear into the crowd, and his jaw tightens. "Follow them," he tells his driver. "I want to know exactly where they live." Jade and Min's apartment is a modest studio in Itaewon, the kind of place young artists can actually afford in Seoul's impossibly expensive housing market. It's small, but filled with warmth. Dance equipment in one corner, a small kitchen that smells like Min's cooking. Wedding planning magazines spread across their low table. Photos cover one wall. Jade and Min at various dance performances, at Han River during cherry blossom season, at the club with their chosen family of fellow performers. This is their sanctuary. Their future taking shape one decision at a time. Tonight, Jade collapses on their futon mattress with a groan. Min is in the kitchen making tea, and she watches him with exhausted affection. "He was there again tonight," she says finally. Min's movements falter, almost imperceptibly. "The man in the VIP booth?" "Yeah, Yuki told me who he is. Kang Jae-won. Apparently he's..." She struggles for words. "Connected." Min brings her tea, sits beside her, his expression carefully neutral. "Did he approach you?" "No, that's what makes it so creepy. He just watches, every night, like he's studying me." She shivers. "It's like I can feel his eyes on me even when I'm not looking at him." Min's hand tightens around his own teacup, because he knows exactly what Jae-won is doing. It's a tactic their father taught them. Observe your target, learn their patterns, find their weaknesses, then strike when they least expect it. "Maybe you should take a break from the club," Min says carefully. "Just for a while, until this guy loses interest." Jade sits up, looking at him with surprise. "A break?" "Min, we need the money. The wedding is in 3 months. We still need to pay for... We could move up the wedding." The words tumble out before he can stop them. "Just go to the courthouse. Simple ceremony, then we could leave Seoul. Go to Busan, or even leave Seoul?" Jade stares at him like he's grown a second head. "Min, what are you talking about? Our entire life is here. The club, our friends, my visa is tied to... Your visa can be transferred. Why are you acting like this?" Jade's voice rises with frustration. "Some rich guy watches my performances and suddenly you want to upend our entire life? We've been planning this wedding for months. I'm not letting some creep scare me away from everything we've built." She grabs one of the wedding magazines, flipping to a page she's marked. "Look, I found the perfect dress. Simple, elegant, just like we wanted. And Yuki said she can do my makeup, and Jade. And I already put the deposit down on the flowers. Calla lilies, remember? You said they were perfect." Her voice cracks slightly. "We've waited this long to do things right. Our spring wedding, our way. I'm not running because some dangerous man decided to make me uncomfortable." Min looks at her, really looks at her. At the hope in her eyes, the excitement barely contained beneath her stress. She's planning their future, their wedding, the life they're supposed to build together. And he can't tell her that the man watching her is his brother. Can't tell her that his real name is Kim Min-jae. That he's the heir to a criminal empire. That he faked his death to escape the very world that's now closing in around them. Can't tell her that every moment they stay in Seoul, she's in more danger. Because telling her the truth might destroy her trust in him forever. And losing her trust would be worse than losing his life. So he does what cowards do. He smiles, pulls her close, kisses her forehead. "You're right, I'm being paranoid. The dress is perfect." Jade relaxes against him, showing him venue options on her phone. This cultural center in Hongdae has an opening in April. It's small, intimate, everything we wanted. We can still have our spring wedding, Min. He looks at the photos of the venue, at her engagement ring catching the light, at the future they're supposed to have. 3 more months, he whispers, more to himself than to her. 3 more months. Jade agrees happily. Then you're stuck with me forever. Forever. A promise he's not sure he can keep. That night, after Jade falls asleep, Min stands by the window looking out at Seoul's lights. Somewhere out there, his brother is planning something. Jae-won doesn't do anything without purpose, and 2 weeks of surveillance means he's gathering information, finding leverage, preparing to strike. Min touches his engagement ring, then looks at Jade sleeping peacefully. He has 3 months to figure out how to protect her from the truth. He's not sure it's enough time. The gifts start arriving the next week. The first one appears in Jade's dressing room on a Monday night. A long black box tied with silver ribbon. Inside is a necklace that makes Yuki gasp audibly. "Oh my god, Jade, is that... I don't want to know." Jade closes the box without touching the jewelry. There's a card. "Diamonds suit you better than stage lights. Jade W." She returns it to the club manager. "Give this back to whoever sent it." Mr. Song looks like he might cry. "Miss Bennett, please. That's a very expensive gift. At least accept..." No. More gifts follow. Designer handbags, expensive perfumes, art pieces. Each more extravagant than the last. Then the wedding dresses start arriving. The first one makes Jade actually angry. It's a custom design from a haute couture brand, the kind worn by celebrity brides. The price tag, which someone helpfully left attached, is more than she makes in a year. The card reads, "A woman like you deserves better than a struggling dancer's ring." Jade's hands shake as she reads it. The casual cruelty of that sentence, the way it diminishes Min, diminishes their love, reduces everything they've built to something insufficient. She returns every single gift, every dress, every piece of jewelry, every attempt to buy her attention. But Mr. Song is caught between a rock and a hard place. Jae-won is spending a fortune at the club, and his organization's patronage could make or break the business. He starts pressuring Jade. Just accept one gift, just one. Show good faith. Good faith? Jade's South African accent gets stronger when she's angry. He's trying to buy me like I'm some kind of commodity. "I'm engaged, Mr. Song. I've made my position clear." "I know, but nothing." Jade's voice is firm. "I'm not for sale. My relationship isn't for sale. My integrity isn't for sale. If that's a problem, I can find work elsewhere." Mr. Song backs down, but the pressure continues. Other performers start commenting. Some supportive, others jealous of the attention and expensive gifts. "If you don't want him, send him my way," one dancer jokes. But Yuki, who's been Jade's friend since she started at the club, pulls her aside one night. "Be careful. Men like that don't handle rejection well. And the more you refuse, the more obsessed they become." "What am I supposed to do? Say yes?" "No." Yuki's face is serious. "But watch your back. And maybe don't walk home alone." In his office, Jae-won receives each returned gift with a reaction that makes his men nervous. He doesn't rage, doesn't shout, just examines each item with that same controlled calm that precedes violence. "She returned the Van Cleef necklace?" he asked Director Choi. "Yes, Hyungnim, and the Dior bag, and all 3 custom dresses." "Interesting." Jae-won's fingers drum against his desk. "What's her weakness, Director? I'm not sure she has one that money can exploit. Everyone has a weakness." Jae-won pulls up Jade's file on his computer. Her visa application is pending. Her lease expires in 2 months. Her mother in Cape Town needs surgery she can't afford. He makes a series of phone calls, each one brief and pointed. By the end of the week, Jade's carefully constructed life starts developing cracks. The first sign comes in the form of an official letter. Jade opens it in their apartment, Min cooking dinner behind her. Her face goes pale as she reads, "No, no, no, no." "What is it?" Min turns off the stove, coming to read over her shoulder. It's from immigration. Her work visa extension application has been flagged for additional review. There are concerns about her employment status, questions about her financial stability, requests for additional documentation that she's already provided twice. They're saying I might need to leave the country within 30 days if I can't provide. Jade's voice breaks. "Min, I've been working with the same lawyer for months. Everything was fine last week." "We'll figure it out," Min says, but his jaw is tight. He recognizes the pattern. 2 days later, their landlord knocks on the door. He's apologetic but firm. He's selling the building. They have 30 days to find new housing. "But our lease isn't up for another 6 months, Jade protests. "There's a clause for owner-initiated sale. I'm sorry, but I'm offering to return your security deposit and 1 month's rent as compensation." In Seoul's impossible housing market, finding an affordable apartment in 30 days is nearly impossible. Then Jade's bank calls. Several of her small accounts have been frozen for verification purposes. It's routine, they assure her, but it could take weeks to resolve. Which means the money she was saving for the wedding is temporarily inaccessible. Then the wedding venue calls. There's been a terrible mistake. They accidentally double-booked the date. They're so sorry, but they'll have to cancel. Full refund, of course, but finding another venue 3 months before the wedding. Jade sits on their futon mattress, surrounded by official letters and notices, and for the first time since coming to Seoul, she feels truly defeated. "This can't be coincidence," she whispers. Everything's falling apart at once. Min kneels beside her, rage and guilt warring in his chest, because he knows exactly what's happening. This is how the Kang family operates. This is how they break people's resistance. Systematic pressure on every aspect of their lives until they have no choice but to ask for help. And when they ask for help, Jae-won will be there with a solution. A solution that comes with strings attached. "Maybe we should leave Seoul," Min says quietly. "Just start over somewhere else." "With what money? My accounts are frozen. We're about to be homeless, and my visa is in jeopardy." Jade's voice is sharp with stress. "Run where, Min? How?" He has no answer that doesn't involve revealing the truth. That night, as Jade cries herself to sleep, Min makes a decision. He needs to confront Jae-won directly, brother to brother, and end this before it destroys everything. But before he can act, the situation escalates beyond his control. 2 weeks later, Club Eclipse announces a special event, a high-profile gala for Seoul's elite. It's the kind of event that could make or break the club's reputation. Politicians, celebrities, business moguls, and underneath it all, the organized crime families that really run the city. Mr. Song calls Jade into his office. "I need you to perform at the gala." "Mr. Song, please." He looks exhausted, desperate. "I'm not asking you to do anything inappropriate, just your normal performance. But there's a special request for you, specifically, and the pay..." He writes a number on a piece of paper. Jade stares at it. It's more than she makes in 3 months. Enough to solve her visa problems, find new housing, book a better wedding venue. "Who requested me?" Mr. Song's silence is answer enough. "I see." Jade closes her eyes. She's being backed into a corner, and they both know it. "One performance," Mr. Song says. "Just dance, like you always do. That's all. The money could solve a lot of your problems." Jade thinks about her frozen accounts, their impending eviction, the wedding that's supposed to happen in less than 3 months. "Fine, one performance." Mr. Song's relief is palpable. "Thank you. The gala is in 3 days." When Jade gets home and tells Min, his reaction is immediate. "No, absolutely not. Min, we need this money." "I don't care." His voice is sharp in a way she's never heard before. "You can't do this gala. Trust me, please, just don't." "Trust you?" Jade's frustration boils over. "Trust you to do what? Fix our visa problems? Pay our rent? Find a new wedding venue? We need this money, Min. For our wedding. For our future. This is different." "How?" How is it different? She's nearly shouting now. I've been handling difficult crowds for years. What makes this so special? Min can't answer without revealing everything. Can't tell her that this gala is a trap, that his brother is systematically destroying her life to force this exact scenario, that one performance will put her directly in Jae-won's orbit with no escape. The silence stretches between them, and Jade sees it as doubt, as him not trusting her professional judgment, as him trying to control her career. I'm performing, she says finally. We need this. End of discussion. Jade, I said end of discussion. She grabs her phone and locks herself in the bathroom. Min stands in their small apartment, surrounded by wedding plans and unpaid bills and the life they're trying to build, and feels it all slipping through his fingers. He has 3 days to figure out how to protect her. He's not sure it's enough. That same night, Director Choi enters Jae-won's office with a file. Hyungnim, the facial recognition results came back. Jae-won looks up from his desk. And the probability is 94%. Choi opens the file, showing comparison photos. Min's face next to old photos of Kim Min-jae. Bone structure, facial geometry, even accounting for 7 years of aging. It's him. Jae-won stares at the comparison images. His brother. His dead brother. Alive. Living as a dancer. Engaged to the woman who refused him. For a long moment, he says nothing. Then slowly, he starts to laugh. It's not a pleasant sound. My brother, Jae-won says softly, faked his death, abandoned the family, and now he's planning to marry the woman I want. What do you want to do, Hyungnim? Jae-won closes the file with deliberate care. He took 7 years from this family. He owes a debt, and I think it's time he paid it. The gala is in 3 days? Yes, Hyungnim, and Jade Bennett has agreed to perform. Jae-won's smile is cold, calculating. Perfect. Let's have a family reunion. Soul Stars. Oh my God. Do you understand what just happened? Jae-won just discovered that the struggling dancer engaged to Jade is his dead brother. Min-jae, who faked his death 7 years ago to escape the family, has been living in hiding this entire time. And now Jae-won knows everything. But here's what's killing me. Jade has no idea. She's walking into that gala in 3 days thinking it's just a performance to save their future. She doesn't know Min's real identity. She doesn't know his brother is orchestrating her nightmare. She doesn't know she's about to walk straight into a trap that's been 7 years in the making. And Min? He's completely helpless. He can't tell her the truth without losing her trust forever. He can't stop her from performing without explaining why. He's watching everything he loves spiral toward destruction, and there's nothing he can do. I need to hear from you right now, Soul Stars. Should Min tell Jade the truth before the gala? Even if it means losing her? What do you think Jae-won is planning for that family reunion? Can you understand why Min has been lying? Would you have done the same thing to escape that life? And the question that's keeping me up at night, when Jade finds out the truth, and she will find out, will she ever be able to forgive him? Drop everything you're thinking in the comments because I'm reading every single one. If this story has you stressed, if you're yelling at your screen right now, if you need part 2 like you need AIR, smash that like button. Share this with someone who loves Korean dramas where secrets destroy everything. And Soul Stars, don't forget, tell me what time it is where you are right now. I want to see our global family, from Seoul to Singapore, Cape Town to California, London to the US. Drop your location and time in the comments. Part 2 drops soon, and I promise you, the moment Jade walks onto that gala stage, nothing will ever be the same. Subscribe and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a single second. This is your girl and Soul Stars. Remember this? Sometimes the people we love the most are hiding the darkest secrets. And sometimes those secrets don't just break hearts. They shatter entire lives. Until part 2, stay strong, stay curious, and keep theorizing in the comments because I love seeing your predictions. I love you, Soul Stars. This story is just getting started, and trust me, you're not ready for what comes next.